So today I bought the third book of my Roald Dahl series reviewing set. So not the third book in the series, the third book that I am reviewing to you. So you already know that I first reviewed Matilda and George's Marvellous Medicine. So today I'm going to review Esio Trot. Rather tortoise. Okay. So I'll tell you a bit about Roald Dahl. So Roald Dahl paired up with Quentin Blake and wrote this series. Roald Dahl is the author of this series, whereas Quentin Blake is the illustrator. You already know the others in my set introduction, so you don't want more. So, okay. Oh, here we have a little text in this page about Roald Dahl and Quentin Blake. I'll also read that to you. Roald Dahl was a spy. A spy? I never knew that. Ace fighter pilot, chocolate historian and medical inventor. He was also the author of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, BFG, etc. Okay. And then Quentin Blake has illustrated more than 300 books and was Roald Dahl's favorite illustrator. In 1980, he won the prestigious Kate Greenway Medal. In 1999, he became the first ever children's laureate in 2013 and was knighted for services of illustration. So that's enough. Now I'll tell you about the book. So this book was first published by Jonathan Cate in 1990. So this edition is published in 2016, this edition. So in this set, I didn't take the book out of this set, I took the new edition book. In this set, this is the book of the Esio Trot. Okay, so I can't go and take it, it's heavy and careful. Okay, so now I'll introduce you the characters of this book. So, these characters, we have Alfie, the tortoise, Mr. Hoppy, Mrs. Silver, the pet shop owner, and the tortoise catcher. Well, the tortoise catcher is not a person, it's a long paw. Okay. I don't know why they put it here. Well, even though I read the book, I actually never, check the characters on it. By reading it, you know what's in the characters. Okay, now let's start. So this book starts with, who's this person? Mr. Hoppy. Mr. Hoppy likes Mrs. Silver, the person who's living under his house in the same apartment, and wants to win her heart. So now he doesn't know any way how to win her heart. So then he sees that the person whom Mrs. Silver loves the most is her pet tortoise, Alfie. I'll show you Alfie. Here is Alfie. So now he thinks of a way to win her heart. And now Mrs. Silver says that Alfie isn't growing how much she feeds him. And then now Mr. Hoppy gets an idea. Well, I will think of a magic and give this Alfie a magic trick to grow up. So he says like that. Now let's see what's his magical idea. So this is what he does. He writes something on a paper, a real exception lie, and then gives it to Mrs. Hoppy to recite to Alfie every night. So now I'll read it to you. So here we have. You know one thing? I did such a foolish thing. This poem is written in backwards for the meaning of some words. Well, now I didn't know that in the next page after the poem, the full poem is also written in forward real words. You know what I did without knowing that in the next page the real poem is there? I spent hours trying to figure out the words that were written backwards. Okay, now let's start. So this is the poem. He writes it and gives it from back. Here is the poem. Esio Trot, Esio Trot. Oh, wait a second. I might not pronounce these words correct because, backwards. Esio Trot, tek regib, Emok no Esio Trot, Walk poo, foot poo, tooth poo, guns, nerves poo, wolf poo, legs poo, igrog, elzak, woods, plug. Plug is right, it's a plug. And then we have the last sentences. Tap no tap. Esio Trot, tap no tap. Teg no. Elbow do. Okay. Now Mrs. Sylvie is asking what's the meaning of this, and in the next page they have given the meaning. Tortoise, get bigger, get bigger. Come on, tortoise, grow up, puff up, shoot up. Spring up, blow up, swell up. Gorge, guzzle, stuff, gulp. Put on fat. Tortoise, put on fat. Get on, gobble food. Again, really funny. Not that funny, I can't even read these words. Okay. So then, what does... I'll keep this aside so you see. Yeah. So what does Mr. Hoppy do? What does he do? He goes to every pet shop in the town and gets as many tortoises as he can. And I'll show you a picture. His whole house is filled with tortoises. Or rather, turtles. Or tortoise. Okay. Look at this. This is the picture. His whole house is filled with tortoises of different size, different length, different types. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then after that, what does he do? He says he says Mrs. Silver to read this every night. So after Mrs. Silver goes to sleep, he takes the tortoise catcher and takes Alfie out of his house. And then what does he do? He weighs Alfie. And then he takes a tortoise a little bit bigger than Alfie, weighs the tortoise and puts him back in the house. So now poor Mrs. Silver wakes up next morning and thinks that this is the real Alfie and screams, "Oh my God, he has grown up. Thank you so much." So this continues for a lots of weeks. I actually can't remember the number. And there's a small developing section where they have done a small listing. In the beginning, Alfie, weight 13 ounces. End of the first week, tortoise number 2, weight 15 ounces. End of the second week, number 3, weight 17 ounces. End of third week, number 4, 19 ounces. Fourth week, number 5, 21 ounces. Fifth week, number 6, 23 ounces. Sixth week, number 7, 25 ounces. Seventh week, number 8, 27 ounces. So now that's all enough for Mrs. Silver to have Alfie grown up. So after Alfie grows up, now Mrs. Silver thanks Mr. Hoppy a lot and tells that he can ask anything from Mrs. Silver. So now what does Mr. Hoppy do? Mr. Hoppy says that she wants to marry Mrs. Silver, and Mrs. Silver agrees. So they live happily ever after. And now what happens to our dear little Alfie? Let's check. Now he's found out in a family and he also lives happily ever after. And that tortoise number 7, yeah, 7. So the tortoise number 7 also lives with Mrs. Silver and Mr. Hoppy. Oh no, sorry. Mrs. Hoppy and Mr. Hoppy. So that's the end of this story. Okay, I'll give you a front view, a back view, and key. Now as you wanted to see this book, I'll take it out slowly. Come out, dear Esio Trot. Sorry, toys. Yeah, slowly. You see, you have to be very careful when you're taking a book out. If you love books, you have to be very careful with a book. So now this is the picture of the older version. This version is the 2013 version, I guess. As I saw this, it's the 2013 version. This edition published, in 2013. So, here. Okay. So now I'll get you the set. You can go up here. I can't put you back in the middle. Okay. So now I'll get you the set. Here we go. Used it here. You already saw this in all my other videos. So better watch all my other Roald Dahl book set reviewing and book set introduction videos. So now, watch all my other videos, especially my book cover tutorial, where you will see every one of my books. And stay with us together and stay with your tortoise together. So, see you next day, yugs, guys. Okay, bye-bye. Now 3 items. Like, click the bell icon, subscribe. See ya. Tortoises, Esio Trot.